Hey guys, it's Angie Atkinson, and today at QueenBeing.com we are going to discuss narcissists and whether or not they believe their own lies. All right, so let's get started, shall we? So that's the big question of the day: do narcissists believe their own lies or not? That's what we're going to talk about. All right, so if you've ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, then you've most likely been lied to. Am I right? Yeah, sometimes in really, really big ways, and sometimes in little bitty small ways. And sometimes you're like, why would you lie about that? Right? All right. That's because most narcissists are also pathological liars. Okay. And while pathological lying is just one way that narcissists will manipulate you, it really goes a lot deeper in your standard, you know, than your standard truth twister would, right? Okay. So let me tell you a little story. Okay. One of my clients, let's call her Jane. Okay. She was telling me about a relationship that she has with her toxic mother, who or had, I should say, who she believed was also a narcissist. Now, obviously, I don't diagnose anyone, but I agree with her. I think that she might be onto something, assuming that what she said was true. All right. Now, she did tell me that she remembered how, as a child, she would overhear her mother telling tall tales to friends, neighbors, other family members, and she instinctively knew that she was supposed to play along with the stories, especially if anyone would confront her about it. Okay. So at the very least, she was not to say anything, and at the very most, she was to agree with her toxic mother. Sometimes she said that her mother would even try to call her into the story, make her a player in the game, saying things like, "Oh, isn't that right, Jane?" Or, "Don't you remember that, Jane?" Stuff like that, just presumably to give her more credibility, right? However, there came a time in Jane's life when she kind of grew out of that stuff, and she started to want to think for herself, and she started to wonder, why does my mother keep telling people that I'm, a straight A student when really I only get B's or whatever? Why does my mother keep telling people that, she graduated from college when she really dropped out of high school? Why would she keep lying about all that stuff? Jane said that, as she grew older, more curious, more rebellious, she said, you know what? I called her out on the lies. And, she tried to wrangle me in, and I was like, that's it, I'm out, and her mother said, don't you remember that, Jane? And Jane said, no, I don't remember that. That never happened. What's wrong with you? Well, of course, that just, you can imagine how a narcissist would react when a narcissist is confronted that way by someone, especially their own child. I'm sure if you've ever done it, you know what I'm talking about. They don't like it. So, of course, her mother, had a big scene and ended up calling Jane a liar in front of everybody and very quickly explaining it all away. Oh, it's that time of the month for her, and she just hasn't been herself lately. I think she needs some counseling, you know, all of this stuff. So, I found that very interesting and somewhat familiar from various reasons. But do you see what just happened there? What essentially just happened is that in an unspoken move of control, Jane's narcissistic mother had somehow made her daughter go along with all these lies for so long. And at the moment that Jane decided to expose the lies, her mother turned on her to call her crazy. Anybody been there? Let me just ask you that question, because I think that you have at some point if you've been in a relationship with a toxic narcissist, especially in a parent-child relationship. That seems to be the big catalyst in this area. But if you really think about it, you could probably think of other situations where you kind of went along with the narcissist's lies if you were entangled with one in any situation. Anyway, so Jane told me that she learned at that moment that to never try to expose her mother again. And it wasn't until years later, when the mother had actually done something really horrible that affected Jane's kids, that she had the realization that, oh my God, this is crazy. I can't keep doing this anymore. And she cut ties with that toxic woman once and for all. But for the record, if anyone's interested, Jane's so much happier today than she has been ever before because she made that choice. And she said even though it was very difficult during the time that she did it, she has absolutely no regrets. And so I guess that would be a success story for you. It took her a little while to get over it. She said, I would say that probably within 6 months, she was back to her old self, and life was a lot better for her, or her new self, I should say, because she didn't really know who her old self was since it was raised by a narcissist. Her old self. Anyway, so why do narcissists lie so much, right? Well, it's because a narcissist sees a relationship as a game. And guess what? Because I cannot talk today, you guys, because he or she also sees people, the people that they claim to love, as game pieces. You feel me? So the relationship is a game and the people are the game pieces. And because, quite honestly, narcissists use lying as just one more way to manipulate the people around them and control the people around them. You feel me? So, well, it's that, and they aren't really honest with anyone, not even themselves. So, now I'm talking about who they are. I'm talking about what they're all about. Narcissists aren't honest with anyone, even themselves, about who they are. The narcissists themselves, they don't even know, my friend. So they must continue to lie in order to uphold that false self-image that they have become so dependent on. Feel me? Yeah. It's a sad story if you really think about it. All right, but so do narcissists believe the lies they tell? Do they really, really believe their lies? Well, here's the short answer: yes and no. What? So let me be a little more clear on that. Sometimes narcissists tell a certain lie or a series of lies so often that in their minds, the lies actually become the truth. See? And sometimes it's the literal truth. Other times the narcissist will sort of subconsciously know the truth, but has really attached himself to the integrity of the lie. And so somehow they have conditioned themselves to actually believe it on some level, and I think that's how some narcissists will actually pass a lie detector test when they're freaking lying about stuff. Okay, can you think of a time with a narcissist where you know for sure that the narcissist had convinced himself or herself of a lie and laid it all out there? Because they do lie about some really dumb stuff, right? All right, anyway, everybody lies, though, that's the truth. But while most everyone can admit to telling little white lies here and there, and occasionally a whopper now and then, let's be honest, the difference is that in most cases, normal people lie for a couple of reasons: to avoid hurting other people, and to avoid conflict, and sometimes, I guess, to avoid other issues. But essentially, they lie to keep things smoother in their life, right? Or to avoid hurting other people's feelings. Narcissists, on the other hand, they take pleasure in lying, okay? Because they take delight in pulling the wool over the eyes of one of their victims, pulling one over on a victim. They take delight in getting you to believe their lies. And this is one of the qualities that they share with psychopaths. Yeah. All right. I'm going to wrap it up for today, my friend. I'm going to try to produce one more video before the end of the day. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so what do you think? Have you been lied to by a narcissist before? And if so, do you believe that they're pathological liars? Share your thoughts and your experiences in the comment section and let's talk about it, okay? Until the next time I see you tomorrow morning, I will be here, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want more information on narcissism and narcissistic abuse recovery. Visit queenbeing.com. Same deal. All articles, downloads, videos, freebies, everything you could need to begin your recovery process and continue it. You want personal coaching? Well, you can contact me at narcissisticabuserecovery.online. If you need a same-day appointment or you want to talk to a person, you can email my assistant Haley at haleyhelpforyou@gmail.com. I'll put that up here for you. haleyhelpforyou@gmail.com. Or you can check out my free 5-day email course at narcissismsupportcoach.com or visit booksangiewrote.com to check out my books. All right? Hugs and love, everybody. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Thanks for being a part of mine. And thanks for letting me be part of your recovery. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.